2026. This is the Virgo Sun, Moon, and Rising. We're going to jump right in. And if you are new to my channel, oh yeah, we'll give you the big overview, the highlights of this year, and then we'll spread, and then we'll break it down by quarter. We'll pull more cards, and then go over some other aspects, maybe your second spread. But Virgo, this is going to be a year. You got popcorn? Go get some popcorn. I'll give you a minute. Do your thing, okay? Get comfortable. Get a Diet Coke, whatever you need. This is going to be a year, okay? Especially for you. Now, it is going to be a year that lives up to its expectations because everyone's been talking about 2026. And 2026 isn't just a year. As you know, it's chock full of rare aspects, a lot that I've already told you, right? And alignments that we've just never experienced in modern human history, thousands of years. We get the privilege of experiencing 2026. We're living right now, all right? So that guy from 1913, no, they didn't, nobody, this is us, okay? We get to experience the year of the Great Awakening, the Great Reset, the Great Collapse, the Great Reveal, the Great Year, okay? Because when you do the math, and ultimately that's what astrology is, right? This is a year that's so rare. And no other year can get close to what this year is like, not even close. Because the configurations that I'm about to go over, alright? We're talking applesauce. Therefore, I mean, look, this is going to be the single most game-changing era-defining year of our lifetime. That's how big it is. We're
I have coffee on.
Ascension, the age of wisdom, and creative, spiritual rebirth. 2026, yeah, it's as big as the ascension of polio, okay? In the internet. It's a year that's just, it's not going to come and go like salt bay. It's a complete reset. Because
Why is it so
2026 is when
loud?
everything changes, but accelerated. We're talking a huge quantum leap in society, technology, space, physics, astrophysics, paper money, Hollywood, corporations, institutions.
I did this for something.
Travel.
I forget what I was
consciousness.
going to.
2026, that's what it is. And it's not a year, okay? It's like a living, breathing movement. It's a statement. It's revolution. It's evolution. And it's just the first part of a multi-year rebirth.
What was I going to do
Your
here?
entire life will change in ways that you don't even recognize who you are now. A lot of that has to do with the Prism portal. All right? The rare Grand Trine. You had a preview of it this past summer. Saturn conjunct Neptune in Aries.
What's it going to do with
Sextile
this?
Uranus in Gemini. And sextile Pluto and Aquarius, and Uranus is
I'm trying to
trine
think.
Pluto. There's a pyramid. And there's a trine, your Grand Trine. And I talk more about it in the video. If you haven't seen it yet, Saturn Neptune video, what you can expect for the next 2 years of your life. I'll leave that video at the end of this video. But these outer planets, the ones I just mentioned, all of them, they're moving into masculine energy, masculine signs.
What was I
They're
doing with
leaving
that?
earth and water into fire and
I
air.
forget.
And you know what happens when you put a flame
And
to
I
oxygen.
created it
This is gonna
so
be
that I
a
remembered.
year. And it's already rare, by the way, for
To do
the
it.
4 outer planets to change signs in such a compressed period of time. But the fact that
Must have
they're
been a
all
lie.
aspecting, they're all interacting, they're all overlapping for many years to come, okay? And this is the year they move into their permanent stations. 2026. Never before seen sky. And when I say we've never experienced this, come on. Uranus, trine, Pluto, this is the year of the perfections. Uranus, sextile Neptune, all of that. Listen, the ancients literally did not even know about Uranus and Neptune and Pluto. They didn't have telescopes. They didn't have.
We're going to do
camera
this for
phones.
right now.
We've only been aware of those planets in the past 250 years when they were starting to become discovered, okay? So when I say we're on the heels of a brand new era, Oh, buckle up. You got Uranus that's bringing change and breakthroughs. And oh my diddly days, Uranus in Gemini that rules your 10th house of career. And Uranus has, and fame by the way, Uranus has an 84-year orbit. Neptune, which is creative and spiritual and feminine, compassion, 164-year orbit. Pluto is truth and empowerment and transformation. 250-year orbit.
I don't think I want
So,
this.
Nobody has, like, on Earth,
But I guess
nobody's
it looks
experienced
okay,
what's
right?
about to happen in 2026. And you can throw in Saturn, sure. Authority, responsibilities, karma, yeah.
Let's move this
all
up.
gonna
This
be
one.
in harmonious
Let's see where this one needs to be.
alignments, but they want change, alright? Now, if you're a subscriber, you know that I give you degrees, so you can track your own chart. All 4 planets cleared the 0-degree point over the summer, and then they retrograded, and now they're moving forward again. But obviously with different configurations with the inner planets, but they've been hammering those late degrees and those early degrees, right? 27, 28, 29, 2901 degrees of new beginnings, yeah, those critical degrees. So that's what I'm saying. In my chart, by the way, I have 5 planets at those degrees. Late, really late degrees, early degrees, and they were being pounded. You may have seen some of my live streams where I've talked about the fraud and the theft and the death threats and sabotage and my health, my dog's health. I've never, and like physical therapy, medications, like all of that. I've never filed multiple police reports. That's what I'm saying. These are late degrees that these hard planets are on. And so it's like a graduation when you get to that 29-degree point. And a lot of y'all had new experiences too. A lot
I don't know what
y'all
he's talking about.
tested before you move into this brand new era, when all these planets will pass that 0-degree point, okay? Then
What if we
that's the
just
other
took out
thing.
some of this?
The first and greatest victory is to conquer yourself. Thank you, Plato. But this is going to be a year.
But we would
where it's
leave
all
this
about
on the top
mastery
copy.
itself. Yep. So if
I would
you
actually
have
need 2
planets
extra
with
copies of
late
this.
degrees in any sign
So
of
watch.
the
This is
chart,
what I think we're gonna do.
you have experiences, okay?
All right.
And
Before I
we're
do
now
this,
moving past it, when all these planets start,
I need to take
move
this
into any signs. That's
and then
the other thing,
duplicate
is
this layer.
It just makes you become this brand new, more
and then
empowered
that'll be copy
you.
number 2.
Yep. And again, even if you don't have
Okay.
planets there, everyone is
Get rid of this so I don't
impacted by it.
accidentally cut into the
You're gonna
base.
have new opportunities, new responsibilities, new friends.
And then for
new
this one, which is
jobs,
the
new
top copy,
hobbies,
we're only gonna
new
keep
favorite movies, things like that.
this top part.
I've been saying, out with the old, in with the new. Prepare for
No,
2026.
the
okay?
inside,
And we're
no,
here,
the outside.
The year that brings deep,
So this will be
radical,
all of the
dramatic
flame on
change.
this one.
Because the prism portal.
So let's do all
is
the flame
not
right here.
negotiable. And it's not just that. After 8 years, Chiron, he's leaving Aries, moving into Taurus. Oh, you're gonna love that. Your BFF fellow Earth sign, and Aries rules your 8th house.
The heck? Why
So
won't that
you've been
move?
going through some moments. And
Oh,
Uranus
because I have the
moving
wrong
into
one
Gemini.
chosen. Where is this?
For 7 years now,
Where is that?
in your 10th house of career and fame, you're in a
Oh, there it is.
breakthroughs and change. You're having big change, okay? And that's not it. You've got the nodes. That's the big thing, Virgo. North node in Pisces, South node in Virgo, right? Changing, moving into Aquarius and Leo. So that's going to be very interesting. And then 2025, yeah, all the planets change signs. And that's rare. That hasn't happened in hundreds of years. But 2026, you see it is all the planets changing signs with some change. Okay? So 2025 was a prequel. You had Easter eggs. I gave you Easter eggs, right? 3i Atlas, stablecoin, mysterious drones coming from the ocean, megaquakes, tariff wars, what's underneath the Great Pyramid, all of that. Those storylines aren't over. No, not at all. It's just begun.
Why would
Know
he have death
So again,
threats?
prequel.
I wanted to go back to
And
that
by
one
the
and
way,
talk about that
2026,
one.
Yeah, it's not just
Like, why
the
does he have
astrology.
death threats?
We're moving into a 10-year. Yeah. Year 10, which is one, you know that. New beginnings. But it's much deeper than that. Who is it? Pythagoras, he considered the number one, the origin of all things.
There we go.
So not only will we discover
now we
our
wanna
real
cut-
history, yeah, history's going to change.
This is going to
History's
keep.
going to completely change because this is a year of disclosures too. Okay, so not only will we discover our real history in many different areas, we will make history. 2026 is a clean slate, and one also symbolizes unity. So this is a year.
So I wanna get
that's
this outta
all
here.
about You and your
This
role
area right
in the
here.
collective. All right. 2026
'Cause how does this
is a
show?
time where the end. and
Yeah, that's all
beginning
black,
of
so
over
we
a
like that.
dozen Cycles, major cycles.
So
converge.
we're going to get rid of this.
Yeah. Precession of the equinox, the Kali Yuga. We just moved into the age of Aquarius. Oh yeah. This is big, okay? And I talk about these cycles a lot more in GreatAwakener.com. The big point here is even if you don't think your life is going to change, let's talk. You want to hop on a Zoom call? Let me talk. Let me tell you how it's gonna. Because even if you don't think it will, you're going to be adapting to inevitable, accelerated, unbelievable change. The only constant in this world, and especially the way that you see mankind. Yeah? Some people are calling 2026 an upgrade, humanity 2.0. But upgrades only happen to improve what already exists. So 2026 is essentially a whole new product, and we get to create it as soon
So let's
as we
just take
engage
some of
it.
these bricks out
Not
of here.
going back. You will see that. In fact, Virgo, you've been feeling it. You've been feeling it. You have the South Node in your sign. You still do. You've been feeling it. This sense of something's about to change. You're right. And it is. By the end of 2026, again, 2025 is going to feel like the Flintstones. The landline phones that you got to go like that. Anyway, you're finally stepping into the future you deserve. And it's going to be a really, really big year for you. Okay? It's very, very spiritual, a lot of healing, but career off the charts. You got so many things.
There we
off the
go.
charts here. You're going to get really busy, and you're going to be like in the zone. Because 2026, yeah, sure, it's the Great Awakening. It's a new reality. It's a year you don't waste time arguing about what an ethical, moral, good person should be like, but it's the year where you just be one. This is leading as example. Everyone's going to be asked to be the spiritual warrior, because at the core of 2026 is co-creation. All things mankind, humankind, the collective, community, family, all of that, and how you contribute service to others, right? That's a trademark of Virgo aspect, right? And that alone will change you because it requires selflessness and inspired action and self-love. That high frequency, the highest of all, where
So these
you
are
remember,
stars.
You don't have a soul. Your soul
Do you
has
want
a
stars?
body. And we're all connected. We lift each other up.
We'll
And
talk
it is
about that
not
later.
coincidence that we are here at this time, right? Together, right here, right now, for this great new era. 2026 has been in our DNA. So this is going to be a year that you just will never forget. And your purpose, your path to enlightenment, your karmic journey, all of that, there will be an element of how can I contribute through my business, my shop, my artwork, my paintings, well, your Virgos, your creative writing, your research papers, your invention, your you know, English class, your banana store, it doesn't matter. Who will be
Banana
the
store.
new you that's been destined all along?
He said your
You're
banana
about to
store.
find out, okay? So, I'm going to go over the major highlights, and just to let you know, remember 2025? The first half, it was a little slow, nothing really, but then the second half, just a hot mess of bonkers, bananas. Yeah, 2026 is the other way around. The first 6 months, you're gonna, it's all the parties in the front, okay? The parties in the front, you're gonna hit the ground running. Starting with that 5-planet conjunction. So, brace yourself. This is gonna be fun because you've got Mars in January already exalted in Capricorn. Strongest placement. Capricorn, your other BFF. Fellow Earth signs are just the structured, grounded action and ambition that you have. It really playing by the books is that CEO energy that you are going to have a 5-planet stellium in Capricorn. Capricorn rules your 5th house of joy and pleasure and relationships and true love and family and children and recreation. You're going to have a lot of fun, okay? Selling your books on Amazon or wherever, Etsy or the bookstore. That's the 5th house, okay? Creative energy. It's all about creativity. And you have 5 planets there, including Mars, who will conjunct the Sun, which is life purpose. So you will have a Mars Physique on January 8th. And that's a seeding point playing out.
You will have a
with your
Mars
long-term
Cassini.
goals. 5th house is procreation. A lot of y'all are having babies. A lot of y'all are in love. A lot of y'all are getting married. We have a triple Cassini. It's not just Mars, it's Venus too. Venus conjunct with the Sun. So there's so much happening for you, Virgo. And I've got to do your January forecast anyway, so just know that stellium in Capricorn, all those planets, that's not this. It's the end of January where we will have 5 planets conjuncting in Aquarius, which rules innovation and freedom and groups, the collective, and the future. That's your 6th house. That's your home. You're going to be in the zone. That's your everyday activities. Oh, you're about to get real busy, but things are going to change.
About to
okay?
get. I'm
It's
so
also
busy.
Health matters. The 6th house. It's also pets, right? Something are going to get a rabbit. But January 23rd.
So some of this, let's see what kind of flames are under there.
Energies with Mercury, your ruler, the Sun.
Oh, there are
Venus,
flames right
Pluto.
there.
He's going to aspect all the outer planets too, back to back. So this has never happened. Never. Every single planet is going to be activated by the warrior god Mars till January 28th, the best day of the year, my birthday. Yeah, I'm an Aquarius. And yes, I'm going to repeat this in your January forecast. So, what does this all mean? Mars, the God Warrior, waking up.
He
any
said
part of
the
you
best
that's
day of the
in
year,
hibernation-
my birthday.
Hibernation mode. So buckle up for real. Relationships, communication, self-expression, but also, I mean, come on. You're going to be writing a lot. It just look, you're writing stuff. You're starting new businesses. You're hiring contractors. Or you're becoming.
I think I like how that's gonna
There's
look.
so much happening. So much
Yes.
happening for you. Because another thing, part of that 5-planet conjunction.
We're gonna take
yeah,
one of
that
these.
means Mars
We're gonna take
will
this out of
conjunct
here.
Pluto. And so why is that a big deal? Well, that's another cycle. So you see, you've got cycle after cycle after cycle right off the bat in January. And I didn't even talk about the new moon in Capricorn. That's how big January is, where a new moon is like on the bottom of the list. But Mars and Pluto, the 2 most powerful planets, and Scorpio's rulers, is traditional
let's pull this
Mars
up.
and modern Pluto. So this is big. That's your 3rd house. So that natively brings in writing projects and communication, branding, PR,
So let's
advertising.
fade this a bit.
launching things, selling goods on Etsy. It's a big time. Some of you are going to be traveling too. But anyway, that's a really strong conjunction. We'll talk about in your January forecast, and just, you know, heads up, Neptune moves back into Aries, January 26th, 0 degrees. And that is the,
Okay.
you know, visionary
I like that.
hero, the compassionate leader, the spiritual warrior archetype. Aries is the warrior.
I think we're gonna have to copy
And Neptune
this.
is music and
We're gonna
art
have
and
this.
dance
Is
and
that gonna be
poetry.
over
It's
top of
very,
it or under it? We're gonna
Crouching Tiger,
put this
Hidden
over
Dragon.
top.
For the next
Or we're just gonna
14
cut
years,
all this out of
okay?
here.
And it really is all about these collective ideals. But don't forget, you got
So we're
Saturn
gonna
in February. On February 13th, Saturn
take
will
that,
move to Aries. And
and
Aries
then
rules
we're
your
gonna
eighth house.
cut it out of
So
this
out of
copy,
all the signs of Virgo,
and then we're
out
gonna
of all the
cut out
signs,
some
oh,
more.
You're up there. You're up there. When we get to February 20th, when Saturn conjuncts Neptune at 0 degrees, the beginning of the beginning, the creator degree, the world axis, the great reset, the ignition point, that's big because it's in your 8th house out of all the signs. And the 8th house is death and rebirth.
Oh no, no,
It's
not from that one.
transformation. It's
Undo
Phoenix
clear.
rising from the
I want it from
ashes.
this layer.
At the time of the
There we
great
go.
reset,
So I think
This
that
is
that'll
the
blend
copy
better
of
like
my-
this.
but in
I'll mush
fiery
this a
Aries
little bit,
that's cooking up this
but let's
new
just see how
reality
that
for you.
looks.
Oh, big deal, big deal. All right. It's
Yeah, that
actually
looks
you,
better.
It's your 8th house, so you're about to go through some really big changes, and especially with like money. Money is a big, big theme in terms of shared resources.
All right,
shared
that
assets,
looks good.
Inheritance, investments, commissions, royalties from the book.
Maybe
that
we
you
can add
wrote.
just a little
Okay.
bit.
What's your 8th house? Deepening relationships, intimacy. That's your 8th house. And so you.
There we
never
go. A little
experienced
bit of
having
bricks in
that
there. Boom.
together at this 0 degree point. What you did experience was that preview over the summer when they got really close. So I want you to think about what happened for you around July 19th. Give it a week before, week after, 2 weeks before, 2 weeks after. When it comes to anything that I just mentioned, 8th house activity, Saturn and Neptune, they came this close, okay? To an exact conjunction. They were less than half a degree. That was your preview. All right? We'll talk about
July 18th. Now we'll cut this out, and then we'll put snow right there. So let's add snow. Just a little bit of snow. Oh wait, yeah, it's fireplace, so we are gonna add snow. Okay. the piggies, and then this is me. Right? Okay. I'm just turning it off for 2 seconds. Oh no. Where am I repeating from? Okay, there we go. I shouldn't repeat anymore. The repeating is gone. So maybe I'll have it snow here over top of the stars. Maybe. And then I could put it like here, because that would put the snow here. And then we take this is 34%. So if we bump this up just a little bit, and I think I need to smudge, go smudge. All right, so let's, where do those go? Psh, psh, they're in here. Psh, psh. So then the one under it, psh, psh. All right, so that's where this, so let's come in here and just smudge. Just take a little smudge. 1, 2, here. Does that smudge? Oh, nope, I'm on the wrong copy. Edit, undo. All right, let's go to this layer and do a little smudge. See, just a little smudge. So the line's not so strong. Get rid of that. Definite line. See, just a little smudge. Keeps your eye from going, why does that look like that? Miss Kim, why are you doing it that way? Right, there we go. Alright, and I'm gonna need on this layer. Let's just pull this up a bit. And then we're gonna straighten this one out a bit. Alright, I'm going to need a little bit more light. So then we're going to keep this and we're going to get rid of these by doing like little smudgies at the end of here. There we go. Little smudgies. Get rid of definitive hard lines. That's all we're doing. Like, so that can be a hard line because, what? Let's just pull it that way. There we go. No, I don't like that. We're going to give them back. Boom. There we go. One more. One more. There we go. Yeah, I didn't like that. Alright, let's go under here. A couple of smudges. There we go. And now, that should look better. Let's make it smaller. And let's play it. See? There we go. Yes, I know that it does that. And there, boom. Boom. Yep, perfect. 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 So I'm gonna have it snow. And then snow. So let's cut these windows out. The snow's gonna go right here. So why don't we put the snow here? And we'll take that off there. Okay, yes. So let's just pull these out of here for right now. We're not working on any of those layers. Let's work on this layer. This will be an easy pull because it's not a tough pattern. Sometimes they're tough patterns. Oh, see, that's a tough pattern. Nope, That one's not a good pattern to work with. That one's okay. This one's okay. I don't have to hand cut. This one's going to be a big hand cut, yeah. Dag-nabbit. Alright, so we have quite a few hand cut ones. See? I wanted to hand cut these. But hey, we got the shortcuts on a couple of them. Here, let's let, what's his name? Jimmy. Oh, just Jimmy. I don't know what his last name is. I wasn't paying attention. You know what? I want to kind of pay attention to him, so I'm going to like put something else on that I'm not really going to pay attention to. And let me get a light in front of me, because I'm all in the shadows. Yikes. Ah, this one's finally charged. Oh, so that's me over there. So I'm like watching me. Badass. This stuff is just getting so weird. Let's listen to this because it's getting weird.
But guess what? So this guy who's
So guess what?
allegedly the ex-boyfriend of Erica Kirk,
Like, did you hear this?
she dated him right before Charlie. That's the story. He's now being tapped to go around and take over for Charlie. It said, "How to Lead Like Charlie." Cabot Phillips, senior editor, Daily Wire. Turning Point USA. So it turns
Such a
out
wild
Erica
story.
Kirk has been caught in even more lies. Unbelievable. I'm shocked. So we got caught. So here's more lies coming out of TV USA. She's the CEO, and well.
Did you
here's what
see
she
their
said
like
about the video.
WWE thing
Now,
that
I
they
lived
had
out
last
here. I was
night?
here for 5 years. I never dated here because I saw vicariously through my roommate how terrible it was.
She never dated for 5 years. The whole time she was in New York.
Somehow getting drinks was the replacement of having coffee and breakfast. I personally would rather have coffee or brunch with someone than go. I don't drink. I find it unproductive, not because I'm holier than whatever. I just don't operate that way. But I always thought it was very strange how she would go to drinks with one guy and then go to dinner with another. My situation was a little different. I wouldn't do it. You went to a job interview. Literally. So this is how good the Lord is. He knew that because I was not dating in New York City, he knew that in order for me to know that that was my man, he had to blanket Charlie as a job interview. Because if that went in, no joke, if he came to me and said, "Hey, let's go on a date to Bill's Burgers," I'd be like,
She'd be like,
"No,
"No,
I lived out here."
no, she's not going." So I just think it's funny how people think God works like that. Like, no, God had to set us up on this thing, but then he wanted to set us up to get married so I could watch him be assassinated in 4K a couple years later.
Oh my gosh.
God didn't intervene on that.
Oh my
So
gosh.
it's
He didn't just say that.
To me, it's a sophomore way to look at God. Very sophomore. But anyway, turns out she was dating. Turns out. So she was dating this guy named Cabot Phillips. This is from, I think...
This is
20
the world's
I think it's
craziest
2017.
story.
It said, yes.
I
that
can't wait
couple
till the
did
movie
baking
comes
lessons
out.
Together.
Like this is so many twists and turns, man.
There they are. Turns out this guy's also a buddy. Was a buddy of Charlie.
Apparently they played basketball
And
or
his father's
something.
got ties to
Ew,
the,
that looks
war machine.
crappy. Let's undo that
Here
one.
is, here's her name.
We're
was
gonna
Erica
undo that.
Brandt, by the way. And
There we go.
this is from November 29th,
Do these look
2017.
bad?
She says, "Since this is where it all started, I
Yeah,
only found it appropriate to wish you a very happy birthday.
this.
Cash cab XX your catfish." Here's another social media post from, this is, I
What
guess, an Instagram?
is
Well, Instagram
this?
is what it looks like. It says, Luna Bear Studios prepping another couple's gallery for delivery, and a heart. Erica Franz and JT Massey 5, you're both amazing humans, and I loved shooting with you. So much laughter and love. It was perfection.
This is the crazy
What?
stuff. Yes, what?
So there's that. And then they scrubbed. And what makes it all more
Why?
suspicious is that cash cab guy, Cabot Phillips, and Erica scrubbed all those posts. So the post is gone, but people responding to the post is there. How cute are y'all? Oh, gorgeous couple. But the post is gone. And here's that guy with Charlie. Yes, I beat Cabot one-on-one. That was from September 24th, 2017.
What in the world?
8 years ago. No, not 6. So he reposted that. Okay. He also, get this. This is weird. So this
It's
guy,
all
Cabot
weird.
Phillips,
It's
he's
all
a
weird.
head editor over at the Daily Wire, which is and he said, just discovered that Obama is one of those dads who brings an iPad on vacation to take pics of his family, and it's the greatest thing ever. What? I don't understand. What? Is he doing that thing where you play both sides of the fence? Because that's what it sounds like. But guess what? So this guy who's allegedly the ex-boyfriend of Erica Kirk, she dated him right before Charlie. That's the story. He's now being tapped to go around and take over for Charlie. It said, how to lead like Charlie. Cabot Phillips, senior editor, Daily Wire, Turning Point USA. So these hosted by Turning Point USA at South Central Kentucky Community and Technical College. So that's just one of them. That's December 16th, 5:30 p.m.
Okay.
How to lead like Charlie. So isn't that weird? Yeah, I think it is weird. Yeah. I found this also Monday, October 6th, 2025, University Union Building in Flagstaff, Arizona. How to fight like Charlie. Fort Cabot. What does that FT mean? FT Cabot Phillips? What does FT stand for? I don't know.
Fort
But anyway, it says how to fight like Charlie, Cabot Phillips.
FT.
That's not even a month after the assassination. Here's what our friend James Lee had to say about it. Let's listen to James Lee.
Erica Kirk's backstory has just been exposed as a giant lie, allegedly.
When I lived out here, I was here for 5 years. I never dated here because I saw vicariously through my roommate
Oops.
how terrible it was.
I
just went home
unselected
drink,
that.
I find it
Here.
unproductive.
We don't
Go
know
back
for
over
sure she
here.
wasn't drinking, but she did
There we
really
go.
enjoy posing with alcoholic beverages.
So that might just be her modeling. So I'll cut slack on that. But we do have video of her. She was on a reality show, and she went on a date on this reality show.
Oh
and
my
she ordered
gosh,
the
what is
wine
going
on the reality
on
show.
with this?
So just letting you know. So there's that. So you don't have. You could say, oh, I could dismiss this by saying, oh, she's probably just she's just modeling for something.
Here's her with a glass of champagne. It says, it's Wednesday, so treat yourself to a little champagne. And did she really not date while she lived in New York City? Well, here's a photo that the internet sleuths dug up from September of 2017 with one Cabot Phillips. And the caption said, yes, we're that couple who gets painting lessons together. And here you could see Erica Franzby and Cabot Phillips. I don't know about you, but that looked like a little bit more than just a one-off date. It looked like they were an actual couple, as the caption said. But interestingly, Cabot Phillips was actually at one point Charlie Kirk's producer, and he's now a senior editor at the Daily Wire. And just yesterday, December 16, 2025, he gave a talk about, quote, how to lead like Charlie.
So wait, where'd the timeline go on? Why is that timeline
And I
there?
think all
Hold
this
on.
kind of
Oh, I see what's going on.
is weird to me. So not only do we now know that she was dating before Charlie, which is fine, it's a totally normal thing to do, but she was also engaged perhaps even married. Luna Bear Studios posted this on March 16, 2015, prepping another couple's gallery for delivery. Erica Fronsby and JT Massey, you both are amazing humans and I love shooting you. So much laughter and love. It was perfection. This is what happens when your entire image is propped up by something that just is not true. If you are not this woman, don't pretend to be. But the bigger point is, why does Erica have to lie about this? Is it just for her to prop up this image that she is a conservative woman, quote unquote? Because you can't hide this kind of stuff. The internet is undefeated.
The internet
backstory
is undefeated.
So, hey, I said Shabbat Shalom, James Lee. I said Shabbat Shalom, James Lee. I said it with my Chucky eyes. I said it.
All right, that was funny.
You like
You have
that?
to give them that. That was funny. You have to give them that. No arguments. You have to give them that.
Noxie put together an even better video, and some of it's really hard to hear, but I'll tell you what it is. Ready?
Is when I lived out here. I was here for 5 years. I never dated here because I saw vicariously through my roommate how terrible it was.
So here she is on a date. So she went on a reality show, and here she is on a date. So he's saying, great about all of this, and I don't know. I just wanted to get to know you a little bit more. There she is. They're on a date.
I don't know, I just wanted to get to know you a little bit more. And I mean, I don't even know how long you've been in New York.
I moved here 4 years ago.
Somehow,
So there she is. And she says getting drinks was a... Well,
getting drinks was the replacement of having coffee and breakfast. I personally would rather have coffee or brunch with someone than...
You're a bright light in a very dark place.
So let's go grab mojito.
so there she is out partying. There he says, let's go grab a mojito. Can I get you
Oops.
number? Yeah, I bet.
They're real.
I don't drink, I find it unproductive. I don't drink, I find it unproductive.
So there she is. There they are.
Hold
their
on.
First date. They met in that nightclub. He got her number. Now they are on a first date. You guys want to have a drink or food, maybe? And she says, I'll have a glass of your Chardonnay.
So this is how good...
I'll have a... What? It's on video. What are the chances we would have a video of her ordering a cocktail?
I don't like those smears. We're gonna unsmudge it.
I'm going to guess 100%.
We're gonna cut this off of this first layer.
The Lord is, he knew that because I was not dating in New York City, he knew that in order for me to know that that was my man, he had to blanket Charlie as a job interview. Because if that went in, no joke, if he came to me and said, hey, let's go on a date to Bill's Burgers, I'd be like, I am so sorry, thank you, but no, we're not doing.
So it wasn't Bill's Burgers. It was someplace called Sugar Mama. Is that what it was called?
Honestly, it's been the majority of my life being one of the most sought after bachelors.
He spent most of his life being one of the most sought after bachelors. That's what that guy just said?
Yeah.
Wow, good for him. He's got a real good sense of ego. 2 weeks later.
2 weeks later. Oh my gosh, this is
According to
horrible.
Video, 2 weeks later, she was hooked up with Charlie.
That poor guy, man.
So there you go. More real suck stuff.
Ow, sorry.
I didn't date for 5 years. Does anybody believe that? Does anybody believe that woman in the bikini showing up? She wasn't dating it. Does anybody believe someone who wants to go on a reality show wasn't dating? Does anybody believe that? Somebody's living in a young woman, a model, sexy model, who has no problem doing provocative photo shoots, which I have nothing against, by the way. I'm all for provocative photo shoots, but it seems to go against her brand. Hey, come see me on tour January 11th in Waikiki, Hawaii, and January 30th in Los Angeles at the Comedy Store. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets.
nothing that makes a whole bunch of dudes on the internet who've never boxed in their life talk tougher than a Jake Paul. There's absolutely
He got
nothing
hit
that
in the
makes a whole bunch
face
of
like
dudes
that.
on the internet who've never boxed in their life talk tougher than a Jake Paul fight. This is the instant in the fight where Jake Paul got knocked out and got his jaw broke in multiple places. Jake himself even posted the x-ray, and you can see his shit got all bottomed out. Like, that's bad right there, homie. And the whole internet is clowning Jake for this fight, and
Takes a lot of... Why are we doing takedowns? Oh, I wrote, I must have clicked takedowns, I guess. No, let's just do a tournament. That's probably what I was writing, was tournament, and then the word popped up, and then I clicked before. There we go. Boom. And that's a minute. That's 4 hours. Okay, we'll do this 4 hours one. 4 hours. UFC BJJ. I like the 4 hours one.
positive points, only negatives will be counted. Second 10 minutes with points, negative and positive points. Overtimes are 10 minutes with negative and positive points. We're getting right to it. Penna going to take Gordon down. This is a lot different than we all thought. I think we all expected here.
And they fighting across the whole 3 mats, so just in the middle, just in the middle.
Snow.
Just
That's what I want,
energy
snow.
here at T-Mobile Arena, packed house. There's just, you know, everyone's been looking forward to this match for years now. And let's recall something. Gordon really made his name by calling out Felipe Pena. And even though he lost, you know, that was one of the biggest motivators to come back in 2017 ADCC. We saw it, Sean, and have an amazing performance, a gold and a silver. You know, that's not an easy thing to do. He lost the Pena in the absolute finals, but came back.
What if we did it in the whole thing? Let's rotate it. Oh, it'll snow this way, okay.
This is
So what if
the
we
biggest
take...
match in the, you know, in the history of rivals
We
like
bring this
BJJ,
down.
this is as good as it gets. This is like Jacare and Braulio. all
Let's see.
over
Let's see if we want that to be
Wow. It's a unique
Smaller.
super fight happening this year, right? Gordon is doing 2 super fights, one on Saturday, one on Sunday. So it's a good opportunity to see his jiu-jitsu twice in the same weekend for ADCC.
Yeah, Gordon with the collar
Whose voice
ties,
is that?
Underhooks.
Is
Yeah,
that
I think that
Flavio
either one of them
Almeida?
has a clear advantage on the standing.
Doesn't
I think they
say.
both do things differently and both have their strengths on the feet to get it down to the floor where
It
they
sounded
like
like
to
Flavio a little bit. Let's see what it does.
be. We saw earlier that Uchimata attempt at a counter, but countered nicely by Felipe.
Braulio, I gotta ask you, as a training, you know, partner and teammate of Felipe, what sort of advice would you give him against Gordon Ryan?
I mean, now, he's heavier, he's more mature.
Call him Felipe.
And they already fought many times. They already understand each other. They know the weakness, the strength, and they both evolved. You know, it's been a long time since they fought within their rules. So the first 10 minutes, it's no points. Then things start getting deeper. Right now, at the moment, they kind of feeding each other, and you know, Gordon knows that the time's gonna be against him because he usually lost to fight and it never ended bleeding. So that's when he gets your opponent tired. But this gives a little bit of confidence to Pena. So it's very unpredictable, but all I can see and say is that Felipe is in the best shape that he ever had.
Sean, let me ask you, what
Let's
what is
duplicate
match
this
looking
layer.
like so far technically? To me, I'm seeing a lot of different setups
and
There we go.
breeches
Let's see what it looks
and
like.
collar ties and a lot different work than we ever saw with these two gentlemen before. How are you looking at this?
Yeah, I'm thinking that Gordon
Where's the
is thinking
fireplace?
about rolling
Oh,
under on the leg.
I took it out of there.
He's showing the Uchimatas. He's showed it several times. It's actually, to be really
Let's
honest,
stop
quite
this.
a weak looking omoplata right now. He's
We'll
not
go back to
loading
the beginning.
the weight. He's just hooking the leg. He's too disconnected to bring Philippe. Philippe's doing a good job of keeping space, so I'm thinking we might be considering just rolling in under the legs and going after the leg, but it's always hard to tell. But again, it's a wearing down that, you know, that's one of the things.
All right, so
Gordon's
this
best at.
needs
He
something
keeps
back
a
there.
consistent, steady pace, and he wears people down.
I want
So,
that to
Yeah,
be
that's what he's trying to do by pulling the back down.
Yeah,
more woods or something.
it does. You know,
Let's find some woods.
Braulio, you've been in this, literally the exact situation here in ADCC before. How much of the match are you kind of, you know, gaming, you know, the points a little bit, not giving the points, but just like playing defensively, trying to wear your opponent down and trying to nullify his attacks? And how do you find the right moment to attack? What are you looking for, especially in a stand-up war such as this?
Yeah, I mean, like, all my fights that I had, I went straight to business from the get-go. I remember when I was fighting Sean Ribeiro in the final of the Absolutes, he was expecting you know, a slow start and things going mental after the 10th minute, but I went straight away to the point and I surprised him. So, all depends on the tactic, you know. I think they both are kind of trying to feel each other.
Do I really need
like,
something
challenge
back
each
there?
other.
Hold on.
Both, like, Payne definitely is in good shape, I can see. I know Gordon's going through some health situations there, but he's looking very sharp.
So kind of electing to kind of accept that takedown.
yeah. Yeah.
So that's 1 minute right there.
Now Stegler needs to get under on the legs. Like that, he just really got great leg entanglements.
Yeah.
And not just like classic kills, the bear traps, etc. Stuff that can tie up essentially your knee and below to create sweeping opportunities and back taking opportunities.
I wonder what this would be.
But this favors a lot Gordon's game because he just throws his body on top of it, and
Yes.
he has to be framing and pushing his left leg, which gets you tired.
It's
faster than
make
people
you
think.
very tired, right? With that pressure.
Because he's just leaning on
Leaning.
it, saving energy and using the gravity in his favor, and Felipe has to frame.
Yep.
If you don't frame, going across the line is over.
Why does that keep going like black right there?
In this match,
Oh, you're only letting me go that far?
ADCC Super Fight rule set.
Alright, well let's pull it back for 20 seconds then.
In the first 10 minutes, only points in the second half of the 20-minute regulation. But there is
Okay.
negatives the entire time.
Kinda wanted it
Trying to
3
get a
times that
big
long.
barrel for the side on that Gordon's
But I know
left
what we
arm,
can
that
do.
side right there. Gonna be a big
We'll
barrel
save
on
it
each
at,
side
what's that, 20 seconds?
to keep
And
him
then
away from
we'll
getting the head control face or near side
we'll
underhook.
pull it over to Premiere Pro.
There's a little leg pummel that, and it's again, it's not passing the guard, but it's like Braulio said, it puts stress on you if you're on the bottom. You got to recapture
So
that
let's
leg.
do this.
So there's going to be a pommel, then there's.
Let's take
and then
this
he's gonna try to
snow
work
copy.
slowly above that to get above his left knee in front
And
of
we're
the
gonna
bottom.
we're gonna make it lighter snow underneath, like that. So that's the top. And then this is the bottom.
Also, Felipe is trying to kind of keep him there. He won't waste no energy to try to sweep over
So let me see how that looks.
the next 2 minutes.
12 minutes, 45 seconds left in this super fight.
And I think that that should clean it up a little bit.
The undisputed best no-gi grappler in the game right now against the only man to have defeated him twice and once here at ADCC. This is, you look at the history of ADCC, the legacy of ADCC, the super fight champion, the super fight match.
Okay, so that kind of looks better, right?
Kind of like the pinnacle. It's something that you aspire to be as a significant
So let's
grappler.
take
I truly believe
this.
to get that absolute title like you did, Braulio, become the champion, you know,
Work hard to do the main event. It's a good opportunity for Felipe as well because the main event of the ADCC is going to be
So let's take this out of here for right now.
Yeah, and as Braulio mentioned, Gordon still has the actual super fight title on the line tomorrow. This is a special addition that they decided to add to this ADCC. You know, Felipe, Gordon, they have history. Match almost happened, so they thought it'd be best to make it happen here this weekend. But tomorrow is Gordon's actual title of super fight champion on the line. And as we're talking, Felipe with a little elevation there, but he's got to watch the exposure to the back there. Now, as you mentioned, the leg entanglement, one of his keys to victory for sure.
This is it. Below the knee is where he's at the best. Like he's thinking below the knee.
Have a nice one. Want me to get the door behind you? Okay.
And then that's where it gets confusing.
Hold on a second. Let me just put this on pause.
This is what he used on the very first match.
What was that?
I left some cans out.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know, she was picking a little while ago, so I left like 2 out for her. But everyone can't have them, so if she doesn't eat them right away, then just fish through the cabinet and try and find a different flavor, texture, whatever. Otherwise, I'll be home later to give them a late night snack.
Okay, very good. Have fun.
All right, have a good night.
I hope the game goes your way.
Me too. I gotta get there because it starts in a little while.
Ah, nice.
All right.
Have fun.
Thank you.
Yeah, so he can scoop this other leg right now. He's still got the calf well. He can scoop that leg, either switch legs or come up. Gordon has a very good position. Yeah. He can scoop the leg too with the right arm. He's trying to calf slice her, which 30 seconds.
That's pretty good, right?
There.
I like it like that.
And also,
No complaints.
but how hard is it to sweep from there? Because it feels like Gordon's right on top.
Let's put a Sleepy Hollow on this. Only because everything should have Sleepy Hollow on it. Is this Sleepy Hollow? Yeah, this is Sleepy Hollow. Sleepy Hollow Sessions. White. We'll white this.
You're the USA and now the Brazil chants in this international crowd here in Las Vegas. I'm pretty sure Verdun's going to start the wave behind us at some point.
That was a funny statement.
So Philippe trying to get to that other hip. You know, that's obvious. He's trying to get to his left hip. I believe that's his stronger hip.
So we'll put that
he
there.
is. And so I think that was a big.
And then we're gonna
thing
make
for him
this
to-
almost
again,
invisible.
That's the side. Now same bear trap. So there he goes. That's what I mean. That's where he does a good job of getting those bear traps and getting up. This is standing up.
Back to the feet. I'm trying to shove that head down. Minutes, 30 seconds left in this match. A rivalry that started back in 2017. It's been a long time coming for this rematch. We've been getting a little heavy with those collar ties. Little love tap. Shades of Ricardo Rona, 2000.
Yeah. I don't disagree with that.
Hold on. Please. Breathing out here so far.
breathing pretty good here. This will help both of these guys right now. So
You know, we talk about the rivalry, and you know, Gordon's health has definitely been a major issue and part of this rivalry. It's prolonged this match. They actually had a match scheduled last year, and you know, unfortunately, Gordon has a withdrawal because of his ongoing stomach issues. And it's, you know, it's always a question mark of what, you know, which Gordon Ryan's going to show up, right? Because the Gordon Ryan at his best, the one that we saw, you know, 2017, 2019, 2022, is just unstoppable. He's just truly the best submission grappler in the world. But you know, he has had these health issues. It's prevented him from running full.
There we go. What do you think about that?
He doesn't really know how.
All right, so let's save. How come this is only boom? So we'll put this here. So now we have, let's just see it run through for the 20 seconds. So we're going to run this through for the 20 seconds. I like that. What do you like that? Kind of magical. It's just going to be for a little 1 minute short. I can't believe I have to bring it into Premiere Pro. And I have to bring it into Premiere Pro and then straight. I can't believe it won't extend out. I don't know why. I don't know why. Not my business. Not my business. So the snow looks like it. Oh, it's the snow that will only do 20 seconds. Oh, I missed whatever that was. Let's go see what just happened. So they're talking about his health. I think it's like way after this. I probably went back too far. Oh, I'm on the wrong chat. I'm on YouTube chat. I'm new to YouTube, so I don't really. I'll just peek there because I don't really expect everybody to be there on it. Jump on it. Jump on it. Okay. Little. He rode him. He knocked him over. We're going good. All right. So.
Explain why there was no points awarded to him. Well, he's the defender of the big style. And probably 3 seconds in the closing position. He's just substitutes and he can guard and press. The ADCC rule set is very unique. And the idea is to not only.
All right, let's take a little break on this one because I don't like to watch them all the way through with, you know. Let's just go say hi to Mario. We'll throw Mario over here. It says hit me with a snowball. So let's hit him with a snowball. I've been in here earlier. So he has, alright, so he has some stuff. So I'm just going to keep everything kind of talking over top of his audio so that I don't get banged for some sort of copyright thing. Let's turn his, but I wanted to turn it up because, here, I'll just turn it like this. And then I'll just do a little, we're going to go fishing, F-I-S-H, and then it's going to cast a little thing up there, and I'm going to keep talking while that music plays in the background. And then I'm going to say hello to Radio, because Radio is a good guy. Boom. Hi, Radio. How are you? And now let's throw a snowball at Mario. And there we go, Super Mario Snowball time, yay. And let's see if it comes up. Did it come up? Did it come up? Did it come up? Oh, there it is, boom. Cute, cute. All right, I'm gonna write, I'm going back to lurking and actually streaming Creative Plus chat. I'll jump on when I am done. And I usually don't have to read everything out loud, but he has Christmas music playing and YouTube is not going to be happy about that. So let's just shut his audio up so that I don't get banged for anything. There we go. And he's probably going to respond. All right, Kim. There we go. Let's, all right, let's just turn that off because I don't want to get banged for Christmas music on YouTube. Have some sort of pending copyright problem because I was saying hi to, there we go. And we're going to go back to my chat room and there's YouTube's chat room. Okay, boom. Yeah, I can't get caught for like, because he has real Christmas music playing. I don't know how Twitch doesn't go, because Twitch will say to me, all right, like one time, not in this office, but I had like this, like, was I Twitch? That wasn't Twitch. I'm trying to think. Anyway, well, the story goes I was streaming and it was squirrels, just squirrels in a squirrel feeder. It's kind of like how I have the piggies on the screen right now. And I get banged with this copyright thing. And I like how, wait, what music is a squirrel feeder? It turned out that I went like 8 hours in, like I just left it playing in the background because it's literally just a squirrel feeder. So there's no music. It's not like the squirrels come out with their boombox or something. And it turned out that 2 houses down there was a stop sign. And someone stopped at the stop sign. They must have been there over that. I think you're only allowed to play it for 8 to 10 seconds or whatever it is. They must have been at that stop sign longer than that. And I got banged for a copyright problem. And I wrote to them and said it was a squirrel cam. And they said, no, you still need to get the infraction. So I had this like infraction on me for a year. I had to take a class, so maybe it was 3 months. I think I had to take a class and then it was 3 months. So I'm exaggerating over the year. I think what happened was the infraction was on there and then I was complaining about it. And then somebody said, well, didn't you take the class? It'll come off in 3 months. And I'm like, what class? And they were like, if they suggest you take a class. And I was like, well, I didn't know because I pretty much didn't read. And then I took the class and it came off 3 months after that, but it sat on there for like almost, I think it was like 6 to 9 months because I had a squirrel feeder and somebody pulled up at a stop sign with music blasting. So I got a copyright bang. Crazy. Anyway, I'm going to go back to this kitty. Hi, kitty. Okay, so let's save this kitty. We're going to click save. I guess I'll also export it as a movie. There we go. So cat fireplace short MP4. Perfect. 264 preset dun, dun, dun. And we're just going to do it from the beginning to the end, the whole work area. And let's render it. Render. And now we're going to have to pull it into Premiere Pro to make it a little bit longer than 20 seconds. I just want to make it 1 minute. Just a little short. It's not going to stay as a very long one. Just so somebody can go, aww, and then move on. Just a little aww. Oh, let's watch. All right, here we go.
You know, great takedowns, you know, force action. But the idea is
so like, hey.
grappling styles and coming here and
So the leg locking is effective, but I think pure jujitsu without all the leg locking is beautiful. It's like a friggin' dance.
very unique. It's rule set and it's format.
What do you think about that? What is your jujitsu opinion?
Second hand trap here. Once again, that trap, which stops the pressure forward.
His voice sounds just like him. I don't want to keep naming somebody's name, but it sounds just like him. It really does. Alright, so let me pull this back up. No, I shouldn't really have that up. Do I need to have that up? Boom, boom, boom. Nope, nope, nope. And put it over here. There we go. And then we'll pull this up here. And, oh, still exporting video. So it's 20 seconds. I'm wondering if I should have made it this long. 3 times on Premiere Pro, and then I'll just throw the audio on it. I'm going to do the audio and the fire, because, oh shoot. Stop. Stop, stop, stop. Export it. No. Cancel it. Gosh darn it. The layers aren't there. Oh my goodness. Such an amateur hour. I was like, wait, that fireplace isn't moving. Dang it. Alright, so save. Let's export it. We're going to save it again. Save. And now let's export it. Where did it go to? Sleepy Hollow Sessions, Cat Dog Living Room. So let's render it. And a file name exists. Do you want to replace it? Replace it. Yes. Because I messed up the first time. That was me. 50-50 position for Felipe. He gets those leg entangles. He's always down. Very good at that.
I've noticed a couple times Felipe tangling Gordon's right leg, but then just giving a little attack on that left arm. Yeah. Not so much maybe to actually.
Alright, before it gets dark, while this is rendering, I'm going to turn this video off, and then I'm going to go outside and get some stuff because I have to wrap. I don't have to, but I really want to have a little bit of Christmas look in the background at the desk. So I figure if I wrap actual presents, I can get the decorations at the same time, and I have presents and decorations, and then I don't have to throw anything away or clean anything up later because I'll just give the presents. Blah. Sounds like a plan, right? So let me go out to the car and go grab them because it's getting dark soon. And I will be right back. So let me put my BRB up here. Listen to the fireplace with the dog snoring. I will be right back. And where's my BRB? There we go. I'll be right back. Oh, you have the piggies to watch also. I'm going to be doing their cage graphics next. That should be fun. It's cold. I don't want to go out. It's cold. It's cold. Oh goodness. Here you go, buddy. I gotcha.
No, I do.
Burr, burr, burr. Chicken. This is chicken. Should be chicken, right? Chicken liver. Here. Okay. Brr. So cold. It's probably not cold. Let's see that it is, because I'm always cold. So let's put Be Right Back at the top. I shouldn't have to search for Be Right Back. There we go. And we'll turn that off. Oh great, I scratch on camera. I look like I have fleas. Why should I be scratching on camera? Why? Why? There we go. There you go. Oh, sorry. Sorry. Oh my goodness. We did not coordinate that well. Yeah, that was the best move for you to do. So I'm going to walk on the other side. You're acting like a big old clodhopper. There we go, sweetie pie. And here we go. There we go. And there you go. All right. Now you're good. Now you're good. Okay. Where was I? Oh. Here we go. Yo. Here we go. Yo. How you doing, baby? Okay, so I was gonna look up the weather, right? I think so. I really think so. All right, let's look up the weather. Oh, did that finish saving? Great. Well, I was outside, so boom. And the weather. See in depth. Let's do hourly today. So it's cold. Look, it's cold. It's going to be cold. Let's do 10 days. It's cold. It's going to, oh, not so, oh, look at this. We're going to get a little warm front. What are we doing down here? Hey, sweet pie. Hey, sweet pie. Oh, there's a good baby. Psh, 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 psh. Saki, say hi. Hello. Hello. Okay. And I jumped up my chair, but I want to do a couple things today. I want to wrap some gifts, and I want to build something. I know, Saki, I jumped up this little area. I jumped it up, Saki. I know, my next project got in the way of my current project. Here we go. And what do we have next? All right, so we looked at our 10-day forecast. It's gonna be cold. Everything's always cold to me. What are you doing down there, girl? You need attention? Do you need attention? Come here. Hello, sweet pie. Hey, you sweet pie. You want to sit on my lap? You got it. You got it. You got it. A little tension. It's a little tension. Well, we should put this light on. We're gonna turn. Don't fall. Don't fall, don't fall. There we go. There we go, sweet pie. There we go, sweet pie. Alright, so we're gonna shut Photoshop down. I don't even remember what I made that for. I don't want to save it because I don't even remember what it was for. What was that for? Did I say it out loud? Please tell me I said it out loud. Maybe. Maybe. Work with me, chat. Aw, what are you doing? What are you doing? That hurts. It's okay. You do what you need to do, babe. I'm good. I'm good. Ow. It hurts. This is my new channel. Look, 4 views. Yay. 5 subscribers. Yay. It's a start. Don't give me a hard time about it. I'm proud of those 4 views and 5 subscribers. Look at this one. This is my first 10-minute test, and it was 19 views. I had a lot of problems with this video right here. I really did, because my computer kept crashing and I didn't have a good process. If at any time I was going to quit, it was going to be making this 10-hour thing right here, and it's not what I wanted to do with it, but it does fade to black. So yeah, but I kept crashing myself out. Like, I crashed myself to where I lost my D drive. Like, my computer was like, D drive? I don't see no stinking D drive. And then like 2 weeks later, it's like, would you like to save on your D drive? And I'm like, holy smokes, like it lost, like it wasn't there. Like, wouldn't detect it, nothing. It was just gone. And then one day, it was back. And then I said, well, let me do a check on it because maybe there's a problem. And it's like, psh, that's healthy as a horse. So what happened? Where did it go? It went on vacation for a couple of days? Like, try to explain it to me, Lucy. Explain it to me, Lucy. All right, anyway. So I guess I really should have streamed this on Sleepy Hollow since I was building something for Sleepy Hollow. But my goal now, starting with today's video, is at least 3 hours of a live stream on YouTube and Twitch, at least Monday through Friday. So that'll give me 15 hours a week of commitment. And then the weekends, I'll play it by ear. So at least on this YouTube channel, it's getting reshuffled, removed, everything. And yeah. All right, so let's open up Premiere Pro. Okay, so we're gonna open this up, new project, and we're gonna call it, what was that, cat? What did we call it? What did we call it? I thought it was under here. Cat Fireplace Short. So we're going to call it Cat Fireplace Short. And we're going to save it. Nope, let me browse. I want it to go under here. And then Sleepy Hollow Sessions. And then we can just put it right here. This is good enough. And then we're going to create. And now all this stuff is going to pop up. Bump, bump, bump. And then we're going to, it says select media to import. And then we're going to select media to import. And we're going to look for Cat Fireplace Short. Wait. I don't think that's it. But didn't we just see it when I was here last time? Huh? I don't think it's this one. Because that's just an image. And it didn't export as a... But didn't we... Alright, let's do this. Let's go into Photoshop. Maybe I just saved it there. So, let's open up this. And let's pretend we're going to render it. And let's see where it's saved. Oh. So it's under users. Cancel. Cancel. Now I know where it is. Because I never save under there, but I guess I was talking to you and being airheaded and distracted. All right, let's watch the rest of that jiu-jitsu match. I'm going to do this without talking for a few seconds.
On top, he doesn't allow the opponent to develop in an offensive position. Definitely, these kind of games kind of frustrating for the leader.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
match, if there's no points, we will go to OT. 10-minute overtime. There will be 2 10-minute overtimes if needed.
But also one of his trademark is to explode less.
Yeah.
Seconds and to score points out of nowhere.
Maybe that's just what he's waiting to get underneath that leg.
They call him preguiça, which means slop, right? But when he executes his counters, you know, the best Felipe Pena, it's amazing to see. Like, he can hit those counters beautifully, very fast, very well timed.
Both legs now.
There he goes.
Wonderful. He was waiting for that to be.
This is a better play for your bear trap, so you can pass it over your head, look to take the back. You can move him, it passes, passes it all the way over the head.
Good position here.
Where did it go?
His body, and then he can get to the hip, and then you get the back.
Go to the same thing, but now board is quite strict. Both of these go to the back here now.
Yep.
So this isn't the right size.
It's a very good position.
I am like stunned. Where did this go? Where did this go?
That's the leap of the last second. He's going to explode with everything. But Gordon is defending well with his right and his right knee and with the overhook.
So where are these? So we're in Freya. But this is a Premiere Pro. I don't think that's it. I don't know what the heck I did with that. What?
Look at the flexibility of Gordon trying to just bypass that leg with his right leg, hopping right over.
Well, let me pay attention this time. I have to write it down because I don't know what happened to my brain. Same thing that happened to my paper. Boom.
So mentally, we're going to see how Gordon comes back from this, because this is not an easy. He's not losing, but he's never been pushed this hard in the last couple of years. The last time we saw him on these mats here at ADCC, he annihilated everyone.
Okay, so it's on OneDrive, Sleepy Hollow living room. So Cat Dog living room, just Sleepy Hollow sessions. I thought I didn't find it under there. I didn't find. Was that delicious? Was it delicious? How's this little girl? Hey, yo, little girl. That's a little girl. Yeah, say I just a little sweet thing. I'm just a little sweet thing. Where are you? Where are you? Was it delicious? It was delicious, right? It smells nasty.
9 minutes left here.
There we go. And let's pretend that we're actually going to do it like a professional. Yeah, I'm a professional. Blah. Alright, so Sleepy. Oh, dang. That was, let's watch it again. Let's watch it again. Boom.
Look at the flexibility of Gordon trying to just bypass that leg with his right leg, hopping right over. Let's point out the obvious here.
So this is where the little scramble came in.
So mentally, we're going to see how Gordon comes back from this. This is not an easy. He's not losing, but he's never been pushed this hard in the last couple of years. The last time we saw him on these mats here at ADCC, he annihilated everyone, including on Wow. He was one of the greatest of all time. So this is, this has got to be a confidence booster for Felipe. And it'll be interesting to see how this thing plays out. Another 10-minute overtime. Or sorry, that first 10-minute overtime.
He's also been able to get into bear trap several times. Not like it was once or twice. It's been every time he's tried, he's been able to get there.
Looked really close the last one, the bear things.
He should have kept that.
Okay, I'm just gonna talk just because it's somebody else's audio and I don't want it to be my audio. So I'm gonna talk. I just wanted to see that scramble again. I'm actually paying attention to the video. I'm not paying attention to the fact that I'm supposed to be working. Let's ignore the fact that I'm supposed to be working. Alright, this was right where it was. There was a takedown. There we go. It wasn't a takedown. There's the takedown.
Yeah, Philippe better come up with underhooks quickly here before he moves on and deeper with those double unders. That's two for Gordon Ryan. Gotta get those underhooks for Philippe right now. He's still got some good stuff with the legs here.
Okay, I saw what I wanted to see. Now back to work. Here we go.
With a body, he still can get around the back.
So there's question about these 2 points. From my understanding, because the sequence did not stop, because it although Felipe initiated, it doesn't necessarily matter. It matters about who wins the sequence at the end. Who ended up on top.
They're up, down, good up twist.
Philippe should get up. He can still get up. He's using the scorpion nicely, but he still has the ability to come up to the back. Yep. He lets go of that scorpion and comes on up. Or scoops this near leg and then uses the scorpion to roll him back through. He can roll him backwards as well.
Here we go. Is this it?
Or roll, get Gordon to the post and then come back out to the back. It's not very good position. Very
Let's
tricky
see.
position here. There.
No.
Rock back and forth, makes
Let's
Gordon
just
go
okay it for right now. No, that doesn't play. Does it play at all?
Decent position here to
Let's see if it plays.
We still got 7 minutes to go. A lot could happen in those 7 minutes.
No. So that's just all the layers. That's just the photo. It does say it's 20 minutes.
fighting in this situation for Gordon is exhausting, isn't it? Probably like,
Yeah, it's very powerful. It's just like a
So what did it do? It just,
cannot make no mistake.
it's not playing it at all?
The right anchors, the right hip twist.
Philippe cannot do these other
Dang it.
He's gotta move when he can.
Dang it.
It's kind of good to myself.
This is a PSD.
For both of them to be still, which is the best solution
Blink.
to this situation.
Let's delete it.
Let them put it free for a minute. There'll be a sweep will eventually.
Psh.
That's right.
That says 20 minutes right there.
So if he can get more on his side,
So
yeah,
this
if
is-
he gets free, then Philippe's gonna lose this position if he doesn't get more on his side. He really needs to turn on his side. And again, there's lots of stuff he could do. But
No, it's not playing.
the right hand, go underneath that near leg there.
Two-step bounce.
Yeah.
To turn from side to the right to make.
It says 20 seconds though.
Side to put all his weight to his right side.
Why?
This has been
Why?
unlike any other Gordon Ryan match we've ever seen. It's never been this tight. It's never been, usually it's a shutout by Gordon, let's be honest, right? We haven't seen a match like this in quite some time. Felipe is definitely brought the A game.
There he's gonna see, he will figure it out though. Gordon will figure out how to get out of that and free his knee. If you let him sit here long enough, now it's bad. He's gonna free the knee, he's gonna have to go down. So the Gordon will stay in. That is solid for
Let's open it. We're gonna go back here and open it again.
Felipe making some space there, though.
This isn't a piggies thing. I want to do the piggies after I wrap the presents.
Good recovery by Pena. Less than 5 minutes to go.
Just under 5 minutes.
There's still a lot of time. There's still time for anything to happen.
That was Philippe's shot though to score another 2, I believe.
What if I did this?
And again, we talked
No,
about the difference.
it does it up there.
The first match,
And this is playing down here.
Check it out in the Floor Grappling Archives. Very back and forth. Very back and forth. Penel.
All I want to do is lengthen it and put the audio on there.
Which was in Abu Dhabi in that day. And then in 2017, you know, a little bit tighter. And then Felipe did the exact same thing. Defended the heel, took the back out the choke. When you fought out who's number one, much different match. A lot of standing, a lot of just smashing, a lot of pressure. Looked very different. This match, much tighter.
Yeah, he tried things already. You know what the best performance, try to avoid past mistakes. Kyle Duarte and Felipe Pena's brother, Tio Chico, and also the former champion, Pedro Marinho, with the support of Felipe Pena. Venus go, choose you to Gordon Ryan.
You know, one of the most enticing things I love about the story of this match is, you know, Pena's longtime rival, Andre Galvão. Gordon, you know, obviously one of the heated matches in the history of the sport against Andre Galvão. Who does Pena go train with? They prepare for Gordon Ryan, Andre Galvão, and the Atos team. It's just such a great story. It just kind of helped develop.
I'm hoping by changing the name that maybe I was picking the wrong file. So I just added MP4 onto the end of it, just in case I have like user error right now.
And he has to do that, but he can't get too desperate, because that's where Gordon can capitalize. Nice roll out there. By Pena.
Got that sensation trap.
All this time, over very well.
It's the leg. It's trying to Budogatami, but that leg.
He wants to throw him like that.
That's it. That leg.
Gordon's left.
Yep.
Gordon.
One person who has never done any martial arts or grappled in their life is literally like playing with a child, no matter what size they are.
But you have to take them down.
Like fake a punch, you like hit a single, like basically just touch their legs and they.
So somebody had
One person who has never done any martial arts or grappled in their life is literally like playing with a child, no matter what size they are.
But you have to take them down.
Like fake a punch, you like hit a single, like basically just touch their legs and they fall over.
Right.
And they like turn all, and they're like trying to stand up and they're like looking where you're at, and you're just trying to one punches. Like it's like a 20-second ordeal, and that's kind of it.
Oh shit.
So somebody asked me a really interesting fucking question.
Oh,
What the hell?
I don't want to F-bomb. All right. Oh, poor baby. Okay. Oh my gosh. I didn't need to F-bomb. How far am I into this? I can go through and edit it. Let me see what my timeline is. 1 hour, 48 minutes. Now I have to go do an edit. There was an F-bomb at 1 hour, 48 minutes in that area. Gosh darn it. What is this? Oh my god, that humor's funny. I don't really want to watch it because what did he say right there? I wanted to see what that said. Yeah, she's blowing my mind, the things that she's doing. Don't play out loud. Don't play out loud. Don't play out loud. They were released? Yay. I don't want to... Yeah, I don't want to watch that. I don't want to watch that. What's this? Is this a tarot card reading? Let's watch tarot card readings because then I don't have to worry about... This guy is so interesting. that PSYOP guy, oh my gosh, is he interesting. So interesting. And these guys, this is pretty funny. They did a shooting to try to make that whole shot with a 30-06 stuff come true. But who's this to? Okay. And when was this? 2 years ago? Let me, yeah, you know what? I'm just going to go up here and do some tarot card readings because I already have one F-bomb to jump out of there. And all I did was, and I wanted to see them save that little fox, but I assume he saved it, and I really didn't want to get him to, because I think he used a cuss word too. And cuss words aren't my thing. It's done. I don't know what's done. Let's just go up here to Jimmy. Jimmy's just going to talk about astrology. He's not going to cuss. This is Baba Jolie. She's not going to cuss. And this is Rhea of Sacred Knowledge Tarot, and she's not going to cuss. Look how pretty she is. She's adorable. You know who's pretty as tarot card girls? Zeta Zeri. She's pretty, and she has like a little voice. She's adorable. All right, so let's see what happened with this, and let's let Chris Wrecked. He Wrecked, R-E-C-T. He always has good stuff. Hey there, Chris.
To your reading for
all right, so let's just watch this play.
2026. You start with the skunk.
Is this going to play? Yes.
Conflict avoidance, discretion, lunar energy.
Whoops, it didn't play.
It says curiosity, strategy, and endurance.
All right, so it's
all
playing. Fire is working.
Not just January. That emu card, I think all those things are great energies for you to work with. Curiosity, strategy, and endurance. I would be thinking about that. Anything you're curious about.
And then I put the MP4 thing on the end of it.
You start here in your first.
No, I didn't do anything to it, so let's just like leave it alone.
Six of Cups and the Empress.
Let's shut this.
The Magician, of course, is about manifesting.
Do we see anything with the MP4 on it?
The only thing that I would be focused on in January is anything that's going to lead to long-term success. I mean, it's kind of like a keyword for you in January is long-term success, right? So anything
long-term
that you're
success
building or working on needs to be something that will set you up for the future, for sure. And I think doing that will make you the most successful. The other thing I would focus on is kind of like small improvements to make that happen. So we're talking about like taking the steps
there we go.
necessary to create
that's
that
what I need
success.
right there.
It might be just like that through.
So now let's open up
small improvements. And you know, I'm kind of surprised like the Eight of Wands didn't come up in
Premier
the screen,
Pro.
so maybe it will when we clarify. You do have the Empress though. The reason I would have liked to see the Eight of Wands is because the Eight of Wands kind of represents removing friction. You know, it kind of represents doing things to look at where the obstacles are in your life and then removing those obstacles, right? And I know it sounds simple, but you know, I think that would be a good small step for you to take during January. The skunk also says conflict avoidance, right? So the problem with January is actually January is a pretty good month.
There we go.
We have 10 conjunctions.
See, it's working there.
Which is crazy.
I don't know what I
looked
did.
At the astrology, trying to find
not make
the
it
last
work
time
the other
we had
day.
10 conjunctions. It was a
Let's
long
let it
time
play.
ago, so you know, there you go. But conjunctions are the most powerful, transits in astrology. So
Holy
January
smokes.
is a pretty powerful month.
Holy
One
smokes,
thing I
holy
will say
smokes.
Is I think that conflict could be very distracting.
Now,
and I have a feeling this will come up for other people.
I want to
this
put
month
this
as
in
well.
here
It just
4
seems to be
times.
one of those months where it's like a good
So it's
month,
20
but if there are
seconds.
people that are tripping you up, causing problems, it's going to be a major distraction, and you won't get as
Boom.
much done. So
One more
if you
time,
have people like
'cause
that
it's
in
40
your life,
seconds
I
now.
would be taking control of your reality. The magician, above all else, wants
Okay.
to control our reality. And if you do that, then you'll have a great time. If you let people get under your skin, then you're going to have a bad time.
Boom.
And that's what I would avoid.
So it'll play
right?
for 1 minute now. Let's just print
Maybe
it out a little
you could be
bit.
like a skunk and spray those people with your spray, whatever the hell that means. You have the Six of Cups. Six of Cups
Be
is
like a
card
skunk.
that can represent a
All right.
triumph. You know, it's a part of innocence
Now,
and
I want to add
nostalgia
audio.
about the past.
So let's
I
add
do think
audio.
it could be a little bit of a nostalgic
I want to add a
month, although I
snore
think
and a
February is little
fireplace
bit worse
crackle.
for that. Not really in a bad way. I just think that.
So we're going
you
to
know,
add
really,
a
like, the next
snore.
2 months, maybe January, February.
Sleepy
we might
Hollow
be thinking about-
Sessions.
We could be like wishing that things were a little bit easier.
And I
or
need-
we
but I
could be
need audio.
wishing that we could find success like we used to, stuff like that. But we're entering into a different world. So I think on kind of like on one hand, I feel we just need to
A
accept
snore.
the new reality. And I do feel the
And
6 of Cups
then
will be
a
talking
fireplace
about that.
loop.
As always, with the South Node still in your sign, I would say that you need to be willing to break things. You always get the 6 of Cups with me now, and I think as we move, until like April or May or so, that you need to be willing to do things that could break. That doesn't mean that they will break. It just means that you have to be willing to not be so delicate. That
All
you
right,
don't
hold
make
on
an
for a
impact
second,
with any
Chris.
other
That's good advice, but let me just hear how this sounds. Too cute. Well, let me put this one on pause for a second. Alright, that's good. Alright, so you're playing again. Alright, so let's stop it. It's perfect. It's adorable. Adorable. So let's pull this. And let's put it there at 60 seconds. Let's get this fireplace loop. That one's long. It's 5 minutes. Let's put this here. Boom. I only wanted a little 60-second thing. So now let's play it. And that way we didn't have to. Here we go. Let's play this. All right, 1 minute. All right, let's do it. Let's turn this fireplace off for a second, and let's crank the volume just a little tiny baby bit. And let's do this. Let's see if I got it to go together. Perfect. The snow stopped a little bit. Like, look right here. The snow kind of fades out, like, right? And it stops. And then it starts back up again. So why don't we cut a little bit of this out of here? Like, maybe the end is 20 seconds. So why don't we just take it to 19, like, where is that? Yeah. So we're going to go to 1930 on that one. You know what? F it. F it. F it. Now I would have to shorten all that. It'll be less than a minute, but it'll only be like less than a minute, and it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal, right? Tell me if this is a big deal. What do you think? Like, here we go. See how the snow is? As it gets to be here, like, the snow's going to fade out a little bit. I don't know why the snow's doing that. See how the snow's slowing down? And it starts again. Yeah, I don't like that. Alright, so let's just do this. This is what we can do. We can, how about if we cut this out of here, and then we cut this one out of here, and then we stretch this down, so it, nope, it's not going to do that. Alright, so let's go back to our history window. History. Where are you? I don't know. Where is the history tab? Where is it? Boom, boom. I asked for the history window. Here we go, history, right there. So we did delete, delete. So let's go up here to trim. Trim, trim, and then overwrite. Trim, trim. All right, perfect. So I think we're just going to have to take a half second off of, so that's at 20 seconds. And we're going to cut this down to 1911. Fine. And then this is 20 seconds, and we're going to cut this down to 1909. That's fine. And then this is at 20 seconds, and we're going to cut this down to 1909 again. And then we'll just move it over. And then we'll just trim the audio to match with the visual. And let's see if that took care of it. So here we go. The snow's going. The cat's snoring. The fireplace is crackling. And the snow, the snow, the snow. The snow, the snow. The snow, the snow. Ooh. Like it barely stayed snowing. But it didn't stop like it did last time. Last time it like started and then stopped. Yeah, I mean, it's not so bad. Before it was bad. All right, so we're going to export this. And let's go down to export. And we're going to go media. We're just going to export. It's only a minute clip. It shouldn't be a big pain in the butt. And MP4, and we're going to send it. That's a good source. We're not going to click it to saves. Do we want to put it on C drive? It looks like I put these on C drive. I don't like to save onto C drive. Let's bring it up here. Let's do OneDrive. And then we'll save into Sleepy Hollow videos done. So I'm going to do this to be short. Yeah, we're just going to do, so Sleepy Hollow videos done. So when I ask you, yeah, I'm going to ask you, you know I am. All right, so here we go. Let's save it there. And preset. Let me see what kind of settings we have. Yeah, we're happy. We're happy, right? High quality HD, we'll do that one. There we go. And all right, so let's take it back all the way back to the beginning, and let's export. What do we have here? It still says, and there we go. Nice. So we're gonna shut this down. We're gonna close it. It's gonna ask me if I want to save it, or did it already save? Probably saw it save. Yes, save. Probably saved like 15 different copies of it. All right, so we're in Sleepy Hollow Sessions right now, and we're gonna upload that video that we just did, and we're gonna listen to Chris Rex. Is this playing? No, I stopped the audio on that one. I was gonna say I like to hear that. The snoring plus the fireplace crackles, that's why I like to sleep too. That's why most of them are that way. I like it. I like it a lot. All right, so let's listen to Chris. Chris is always good. Did I just shut that? Oh, no, it's right there. Yeah, Chris is always good. So we're going to go back and we're going to listen to him from pretty much the beginning because I was thinking about this.
For 2026.
2026.
Not just January. That emu card, I think all those things are great energies for you to work with. Curiosity, strategy, and endurance. I would be thinking about that. Anything you're curious about, I would be exploring for sure. You start here in your first row with the Magician, the Six of Cups, and the Empress. The Magician, of course, is about manifesting your own reality. If I were a Virgo, the only thing that I would be focused on in January is anything that's going to lead to long-term success. I mean, it's kind of like a keyword for you in January is long-term success, right? So anything that you're building or working on needs to be something that will set you up for the future, for sure. And I think doing that will make you the most successful. The other thing I would focus on is kind of like small improvements to make that happen. So we're talking about like taking the steps necessary to create that long-term success, but they might be just like that through making small improvements. And I'm kind of surprised like the Eight of Wands didn't come up in this reading, although maybe it will when we clarify. You do have the Empress though. The reason I would have liked to see the Eight of Wands is because the Eight of Wands kind of represents removing friction. It kind of represents doing things to look at where the obstacles are in your life and then removing those obstacles, right? And I know it sounds simple, but I think that would be a good small step for you to take during January. The skunk also says conflict avoidance, right? So the problem with January is actually January is a pretty good month. We have 10 conjunctions in the astrology in January, which is crazy. I looked at the astrology trying to find the last time we had 10 conjunctions. It was a long-ass time ago, so, there you go. But conjunctions are the most powerful transits in astrology, so January is a pretty powerful month. But one thing I will say is I think that conflict could be very distracting. And I have a feeling this will come up for other people this month as well. It just seems to be one of those months where it's like a good month, but if there are people that are tripping you up, causing problems, it's going to be a major distraction and you won't get as much done. So, if you have people like that in your life, I would be taking control of your reality. The Magician, above all else, wants us to control our reality. And if you do that, then you'll have a great time. If you let people get under your skin, then you're going to have a bad time. And that's what I would avoid, right? And maybe you need to be like a skunk and spray those people with your spray, whatever the hell that means. You have the Six of Cups.
What does that mean?
Six of Cups is a good card that can represent a turnaround.
Ew.
It's a card of innocence and nostalgia. Could be thinking about the past. I do think it could be a little bit of a nostalgic month, although I think February is a little bit worse for that. Not really in a bad way. I just think that, really like the next 2 months, maybe January and February, we might be thinking about, we could be like wishing that things were a little bit easier, or we could be wishing that, we could find success like we used to, stuff like that. But, we're entering into a different world. So I think, kind of like on one hand, I feel we just need to accept the new reality. And I do feel the Six of Cups could be talking about that. As always, with the South Node still in your sign, I would say that you need to be willing to break things. You always get the Six of Cups with me now, and I think as we move, until like April or May or so, that you need to be willing to do things that could break. That doesn't mean that they will break. It just means that you have to be willing to not be so delicate that you don't make an impact. Again, you have the star in this reading. I think something people forget about the star is it's about being an inspiration. It's about making an impact. But, again, if you're doing things too carefully, then you're not going to be doing enough to make an impact. And, that's really what I would think about with this card. You have the Empress. Again, this is another year of efficiency. 2025, kind of like the key word for 2025 was efficiency. I feel like that continues into 2026. I don't really think the key word for 2026 is efficiency like it was for 2025, but I think it's still very important that we do things in the best way we can. Again, she isn't struggling to grow this wheat in front of her. All she has to do is wave this scepter in front of her, and that wheat will grow. So the universe is really asking us to find the most efficient way possible to work on anything that we're working on. It could be work and business, it could be your health, it could be your love life. Whatever it is, I would make sure that you're being efficient. The other thing is again, we have the Hermit and the Star. The Hermit has the star in his lantern. So you have to do enough to make an impact, right? He has to open that lantern up and shine the star out all over the place. So, you know, I think it's saying it's time for you to shine, and the Empress is all about getting attention. With the Magician, you have the Two of Wands. Yeah, try new things. You know, again, kind of makes sense to me this year that people are getting these cards that are saying it's time to use different tools for the job. The Magician has mastery over all the suits in the tarot. He has the, you know, swords, cups, pentacles, and wands in front of him. Those are all the ace versions of those suits. So if you've been, you know, anything you're trying to accomplish, if you've been using your swords, for example, in using your intellect, maybe it's time to use your emotions with the cups, or maybe it's time to follow your heart with the cups, or maybe it's time to be more creative with the wands, or whatever. So, you know, I would be looking at how you are accomplishing things and coming up with the best way to accomplish things. Two of Wands, we have to leave a comfort zone, and usually we fall into patterns in life because, you know, that's what happens. We figure something out that works, and there's nothing really wrong with that, with figuring out what works, but sometimes what works becomes a pattern, and if we're not evolving and growing, then we're not evolving and growing. So I feel this is saying it's time to evolve and grow. With the Six of Cups, you have the Five of Cups. Yeah, I do feel a lot of people could be fearing disappointment. If, you know, the way I see it, I think we're all way too used to being disappointed. I mean, we've had Neptune and Pisces since 2012. We had, you know, we've had Pluto in Capricorn for like 20 years. Obviously, this year, 2025, it has moved into Aquarius to stay. And it has
for shorts, I don't do thumbnails, right?
So that's a
they
very
do their
long
own
period of time.
thumbnails.
20 years is a long time.
I'm almost
so
sure.
we are used to these disappointments. The problem with Pluto and Capricorn is
I'm
you go
almost
up,
sure.
you go down.
I'm almost sure.
It's like you have a success. Maybe it feels
yeah,
like
so it says
taken away from you.
auto-generated
So,
here.
you know, it takes a while
And then
because Pluto is very
playlist.
slow moving.
I guess
The
I
other
should
problem is,
add
again,
a new
we've had
playlist,
Neptune and Pisces since like 2012.
which would be
the problem with
shorts.
Neptune and Pisces is very dreamy. We can get very excited about these dreams that we have in life, and only to get disappointed when we can't accomplish it, or we feel like we can't accomplish it, right? So that is the energy that we're working on turning around. Like, I think we need to work on our dreams right now, and we need to prove to ourselves that we can accomplish them to move past this disappointment energy.
Right,
And
that's
working on
done.
that will be very good.
And
With
then
the Empress, you have the Page of Cups.
Next.
Page of Cups definitely could be love. Again, January is a pretty good month for love. So for those of you that are looking for it, definitely could be new love. If you already have it, it looks pretty good as well. So if you already have a person, you know, things could be improving. You could be making a deeper commitment with the Hierophant, because the Hierophant represents marriage. Could be a Taurus that you're attracting into your life as well. Next, in the area of what's coming in for you, you have the self-care card. Yes, Empress, for sure. It says, if you want to live like royalty, start treating yourself like royalty. You have this Diplomat. It says, with your uncanny ability to form connections in human relationships, you serve as a bridge between worlds. How beautiful is that?
I serve as
So,
a bridge
but I
between
definitely
worlds.
Feel, I'm pretty sure I said to you in your last reading something about needing to put yourself first. So it definitely seems like a time where taking care of yourself above all else will be the right thing for you, and that's what I would do with this self-care card. I think it will probably lead to the most improvements and successes. You have the Hangman. The
I
Hermit,
can't log
and the
in
Eight of
front of
Cups.
you guys.
New perspectives. We are
No
going to be
offense.
getting billions of new perspectives over the years, the coming years. We have Uranus going into Gemini. Uranus in Gemini is like, why do you believe that? Like, why do you believe that this is direction you're moving in is the best thing for your life? And then Uranus in Gemini is like, here's a million other ways that you could do everything that you're doing. Just is what it is. I think it's a good thing. Uranus loves Gemini. Uranus is a higher octave of Mercury. Mercury rules Gemini. So, you know, I feel for those of us that are willing to innovate and explore these new directions in life, and you're going to get a lot of them over the next many years. You know, the people that explore those ideas are going to be very successful. And look at this. We go from the Hangman, Temperance, to the Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups is coming up in the good stuff, and Seven of Cups is being spoiled.
There we
for
go.
choice.
So
like
look,
I said, it seems
see
to
this
me, like,
warning?
even though Uranus doesn't move back into
I guess there was I used, you know, no copyright, blah, 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 and I guess there was. See, I told you there's copyright. That's why, like, I gotta get the F-bomb off of there. I gots to get the F-bomb off of there. Okay, I think I'm gonna watch something. I want to listen to. Oh, excuse me. I want to watch it. Let's see it. Let's see it. Is that all? Oh, here, go to my channel. Because this will be my first short. Oh, I don't have a short up here. Why isn't it in the shorts? What? I did something wrong? How isn't it a short? Here, let's go right to YouTube and see how to make a short. No, that shouldn't be here. Alright, let's see what's going on. We're gonna go right to YouTube. And then I did it on my phone. Oh, there's a mask. We should wait. But so that's not under shorts. Okay. So upload, like the last short I did was on my phone, and that was for the piggy teeds who you see on the screen. So upload a short on YouTube PC. So that's right.
Here's how to upload YouTube Shorts from your PC. Let's go. First, head to youtube.com and click on the plus icon in the top right corner. Then drag and drop your video file to begin the upload. Just remember, your video should have a vertical aspect ratio, either square or up to 9:16, and be under 3 minutes for YouTube to automatically detect it as a short. Next, add a title and description. If you want to customize the thumbnail, you can do that later on mobile. Finally, configure your visibility settings and you're all set. To view all your uploaded shorts, go to YouTube Studio, click on the Content tab on the left, and then select Shorts. Here's how to upload YouTube Shorts.
Oh, so maybe it was a short, but I missed it? That was awesome. So adorable. Let me put on glasses that I can actually see the phone with. That was so cute. Here, I'll show it to you. He looks so happy. Oh my gosh. Okay, I just had a cuteness overload. So let me go over here to see if it actually, oh, this is T Design. Wait, did I upload it into the wrong channel? Wait. All right, so here, boom, and then view your channel, boom, and then it doesn't say anything about shorts. So let's go to the YouTube Studio. And my content. I have a shorts tab, but I don't think it's there. Why? What did I do? It's under a minute. Options. What did that dude say? I just did what I just did what he did. And what did he do over here? All right, so let's do it this way. Short, not showing, or let's put YouTube. YouTube short, not showing up as short. Update the YouTube app. I'm using this. Restart your smartphone. Check my internet connection. That helped zero. Shorts. There we go. Boom. Okay, so that might be something. So I added, let's see how, let's just see how YouTube Shorts show up. So these shorts, they don't have anything. Okay, this says shorts right there. Okay, so why am I on this channel? Boom. Let's get on this channel. So this isn't showing up as a short. So let's edit the subject line. And that says shorts there. And then we'll save it. And then, so is it showing up as a short? I don't have any shorts listed there, and this is showing up as a video. All right, I'm gonna ChatGPT this to see what's going on, unless any of you guys have a suggestion. No? No suggestions? Well, let's see what ChatGPT says. So we're gonna go to ChatGPT, and we're gonna say, It's like, what's on your mind today? And then I'm going to say hello, because I like to be polite to my AI. Hello. I uploaded a shorts, a YouTube Shorts. And put a capital there. Via PC. The video is active and live, but it's under regular videos and doesn't display as a short. I put hashtag shorts in the title. What am I doing wrong? Question mark. All right, so I'm gonna let this play out loud so you can hear what it says. My mic's right there, so.
Short answer first, then the sneaky details. The number one reason this happens, and it's not your fault, YouTube decides what is a short based on the video itself, not the hashtag. Shorts is basically a sticky note YouTube politely ignores if the format isn't right. The non-negotiables for a video to become a short, your video must meet all of these. Vertical format, this one trips up PC uploads most often. Aspect ratio, 960 resolution examples that work. 1080 times 1920, 720 times 1280. If it's square, 1:1, or horizontal, 16:9, YouTube files it under regular videos no matter how much you beg with hashtags. Length, 60 seconds or less. 60.0 seconds or under. 60.1 seconds equals instantly disqualified, no mercy. No black bars on the sides. Even if the canvas is vertical, if the actual content is letterboxed inside it, YouTube treats it like a regular video wearing a trench coat. PC upload gotchas, very common. When uploading from desktop, these are the usual culprits. Exported as 1920 1080 instead of 1080 1920. Created vertical content but exported in a horizontal sequence, used a vertical clip inside a horizontal Premiere XSplit canvas, added side padding just to be safe. YouTube says, nope. What does not matter, surprisingly, shorts in the title, shorts in the description, uploading from PC versus phone, visibility settings, hashtag helps discovery after it's already recognized as a short, not before. Quick fix checklist, do this next time. Before uploading, check. Canvas, 1080 1920, sequence vertical, duration tray 60s, no black bars, no padding. Export as H.264, MP4 is safest. Once uploaded correctly, YouTube may take a few minutes to a few hours to slot it into the shorts shelf, but if the format is right, it will. Pro tip for your Sleepy Hollow Piggy Teeth workflow. Since you're already creating calm visuals, make one vertical master timeline. Cut shorts from that, not from horizontal footage. Name exports like SHS short 1080/20 30s.mp4 future. You will thank past you. If you want, tell me what software you exported from, Premiere, XSplit, Photoshop Timeline, etc., the exact resolution of the file, and I'll pinpoint the exact setting that betrayed you.
Okay, so I think ChatGPT just helped me figure out what happened. So let's open up Premiere Pro again. Let's open up this. I'm glad we saved it. Let's bring this over to here. And when we render it, and it changed it right there. Let's export it to here. Premiere Pro, and it was exported as 1920 by 1080. My bad. Boom. All right, so let's just shut it up. So we're going to go here. We're going to take this out of here. All right, let's just copy all this and get it out of here onto a file, copy, and then we're going to put it here. Let's just turn this off. Let's go to YouTube Studio, and we're going to take this and take it out, content, and we're going to take this out of public view. I usually just unlist them or something before. It's really cold in here. What the heck's going on with the cold? Probably because I had gone outside. I'm going to throw a vest on. And now this is going to be overkill because I'm doing heat and a vest at the same time. I should have just had a vest on the whole time. I'll turn the heat down in a few seconds. There. I already have several layers on. I'm going to look like... Alright, so let's try this again. I did copy that, right? Yeah. Okay, so create, upload videos, select files. There'll be no black bars, right? Let's see. Oh, there it is. Okay. Now let's hear what ChatGPT had to say when I told him it was my mistake.
Case closed, culprit confessed. 1920 x 1080 equals horizontal citizen. YouTube looked at it, nodded politely, and said, regular video aisle, third shelf. No damage done. This is a classic Premiere Pro trap. Have the clean, correct Premiere Pro fix bookmark. Option A, re-export the same clip correctly fastest. 1. Sequence settings, change, frame size, 1080 horizontal, 1920 vertical, pixel aspect ratio, square, 1.0. 3. Click OK. Premiere will warn you. Ignore it confidently. 4. Right-click the clip, set to frame size. Export, H.264, 1080 x 1920, duration 60 seconds. Upload, it becomes a short, like magic, but angrier. Shash option B, future-proof shorts workflow, recommended for you. Since you're producing a lot, create a dedicated short sequence preset, 1080 times from 1920, 30 or 60 FPS, either is fine. And name it something obvious. You can see the code in our conversation history. Then, drop clips into that sequence only. Never think about this again. Save brain cells for eggnog and guinea pigs. Extra pro tip, because you're you. If your original footage is horizontal, reframe with effect, auto reframe. Set, vertical 916. Motion, slower, for cozy vibes. This keeps important stuff centered without manual keyframes. Final reassurance. Nothing is wrong with your channel. Nothing is wrong with your account. You didn't anger the algorithm gods. You just gave YouTube a landscape painting and asked why it wouldn't hang in the portrait gallery. If you want next step, I can set you up with a Premiere export preset specifically for shorts, help you batch convert past clips into shorts safely, or help you design a vertical first Sleepy Hollow Shorts template. Just say the word.
Thank you for your help. And yes, I am nice to ChatGPT. And let's make it public. I think this one's gonna work. Publish. Please let me do it. Please let me do it. Please let me do it. No, I'm not gonna do it. I wanna see what it looks like. Boom. And it's under shorts. Wait, don't say awesome yet. Don't say awesome yet. Let's go over here. Let's check it out. This is my first short for this channel. This isn't my first short ever, but this is my first short for this channel. And I have a shorts tab. I said. Let's see. Aww. See? It worked. Aww. So cute. And it's a short. Victory achieved. There we go. There we go. That's cute. That's cute. That's cute right there. I don't care who you are. That's cute. I don't care who you are. That's cute. So cute. So cute. Alright, so what were we going to do next? I think we were going to listen to Chris. And I was going to rap something. So. Look at that. That's so cute, right? You can see that. You can see that. It's so cute, right? I think it's cute. Aw, it's cute, especially on the screen. You're viewing it on. Look at that. The little gingerbread gnomes. See? This is cute. So I think the next thing we should do... Oh, maybe I should have like made that brighter. Okay, I'm not going to nitpick it because I'm happy that it's live. And did you see the mistake I made? I had saved it as if it was landscape and not portrait. There we go. Okay. So now I have this exactly where I want it. New Facebook monetization. See, I don't go into Facebook. I don't know about you guys. She lives... Okay, so she got 1.2 million views. So she's earning some cash now. So like this is the piggies. You have the piggies on screen. Your bottom left hand screen. Hate B-roll, film yourself like this. Actually, that's something I would like to... Man, look at that face. That's your right there. That face right there, she looks like she's plotting against you. She looks like you just said something to her. I can never retire, so I'm finishing grad school and starting a new career. Life isn't over at 60. I would love to play the Christmas classics, but you know what's going to happen? If I do that, somebody's going to say copyright infringement because I'm streaming right now. And if you see this? So this is my Sleepy Hollow Sessions profile, and this is my, and then this right here is me being live. Boom. There's one watching now. That's us. Yeah, I think this is like, I did one failed YouTube stream on this channel, and then, oh, look at that. Echo, 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 echo. All right, let's get that off of there so we don't give everybody like seasick. But oh, I wanted to see that little house of that lady's where she said that, like, I live on this one floor and I can't. I went away from it. 80 years old, 60 years of van life. A changing interview. A life-changing interview. So... Alright, this dude's crying. I got some bad news. Weekly uploads are dead. Here's what's replacing it. I don't want to read that. Van life. I love van life. But I don't want to do any of this right now. What I do want to do is I'll throw Chris Wrecked on the main screen. And you know what? I'm just going to put this in the background. my channel. There we go. So that's on in the background. And then we're going to listen to Chris. I'm going to wrap some presents, and then
Gemini until April. You know, it's already been to be focused on in January.
Yo, look,
great energy.
Look. See that? 939,000 subscribers. Chris is amazing.
To work with curiosity, strategy, and endurance. I would be thinking about that. Anything you're curious about, I would be exploring for sure. You start here in your first row with the Magician, the Six of Cups, and the Empress. The Magician, of course, is about manifesting your own reality. You know, if I were a Virgo, the only thing that I would be focused on in January is anything that's going to lead to
I have to eat my
long-term
last
success.
meal.
I mean, it's kind of like a keyword for you in January.
Okay, I have to eat my last meal because I don't eat after 6:30. What do I want to eat? I don't really want to eat right now. But I'm going to want to eat later. I know what I'll do. Let me get some food. I'll be right back. I'm going to put the Be Right Back on. We're going to let the dogs play. Here, I'll make this a little bit bigger for you. And then I'll make this a little bit bigger for you. And I'll be right back. There we go. Here you go, babies. What in the world? Smell like something fell. I'll have to look at it later. I hope it wasn't anything that left a mess. Alright, I'm going to eat cheese and apple. I'll be right back. I'm not going to eat it away. I'll come back here and eat it, but give me a second to cut it. Ooh. Burr, burr, burr. Okay, I'll get rid of this. Boom. Let's listen to. What was that I just got rid of? I got rid of something that was wrong. Oh, I got rid of the piggy cam. Let's get rid of the be right back. Let's let Chris play. We'll take this back to there. And then we're going to let Chris play because I want to eat. All right, well, let's put him on top of the fireplace one. There we go. All right, Chris, go ahead. Sorry to interrupt.
January is long-term success, right? So anything that you're building or working on needs to be something that will set you up for the future, for sure. And I think doing that will make you the most successful. The other thing I would focus on is kind of like small improvements to make that happen. So we're talking about like taking the steps necessary to create that long-term success, but they might be just like through making small improvements. And you know, I'm kind of surprised like the Eight of Wands didn't come up in this reading, although maybe it will when we clarify. You do have the Empress though. The reason I would have liked to see the Eight of Wands is because the Eight of Wands kind of represents removing friction. You know, it kind of represents doing things to look at where the obstacles are in your life and then removing those obstacles, right? And I know it sounds simple, but you know, I think that would be a good small step for you to take during January. The skunk also says conflict avoidance, right? So the problem with January is actually, January is a pretty good month. We have 10 conjunctions in the astrology in January, which is crazy. I looked at the astrology trying to find the last time we had 10 conjunctions. It was a long ass time ago, so, you know, there you go. But conjunctions are the most powerful. He's such a good
YouTuber.
In astrology, so January is a pretty powerful month. But one thing I will say is I think that conflict could be very distracting, and I have a feeling this will come up for other people this month as well. It just seems to be one of those months where it's like a good month, but if there are people that are tripping you up, causing problems, it's going to be a major distraction, and you won't get as much done. So, you know, if you have people like that in your life, I would be taking control of your reality. The magician, above all else, wants us to control our reality. And if you do that, then you'll have a great time. If you let people get under your skin, then you're going to have a bad time. And that's what I would avoid, right? And maybe you need to be like a skunk and spray those people with your spray, whatever the hell that means. You have the Six of Cups. Six of Cups is a good card that can represent a turnaround. You know, it's a card of innocence and nostalgia. Could be thinking about the past. I do think it could be a little bit of a nostalgic month, although I think February is a little bit worse for that. Not really in a bad way. I just think that, you know, really like the next 2 months, maybe January and February, we might be thinking about, we could be like wishing that things were a little bit easier, or we could be wishing that, you know, we could find success like we used to. You know, stuff like that, but, you know, we're entering into a different world, so I think, I'm kind of, like, on one hand, I feel we just need to accept the new reality, and I do feel the Six of Cups could be talking about that. As always, you know, with the South Node still in your sign, I would say that you need to be willing to break things. You always get the Six of Cups with me now, and I think as we move, you know, until, like, April or May or so, that you need to be willing to do things that could break. That doesn't mean that they will break. It just means that you have to be willing to not be so delicate that you don't make an impact. Again, you have the star in this reading. I think something people forget about the star is it's about being an inspiration. It's about making an impact. But, you know, again, if you're doing things too carefully, then you're not going to be doing enough to make an impact. And, you know, that's really what I would think about with this card. You have the Empress. Again, this is another year of efficiency. 2025, kind of like the key word for 2025 was efficiency. I feel like that continues into 2026. I don't really think the key word for 2026 is efficiency like it was for 2025, but I think it's still very important that we do things in the best way we can. Again, she isn't struggling to grow this wheat in front of her. All she has to do is wave this scepter in front of her, and that wheat will grow. So the universe is really asking us to find the most efficient way possible to work on anything that we're working on. It could be work and business, it could be your health, it could be your love life. Whatever it is, I would make sure that you're being efficient. The other thing is again, we have the Hermit and the Star. The Hermit has the star in his lantern. So you have to do enough to make an impact, right? He has to open that lantern up and shine the star out all over the place. So, I think it's saying it's time for you to shine, and the Empress is all about getting attention. With the Magician, you have the Two of Wands. Yeah, trying new things. Again, kind of makes sense to me this year that people are getting these cards that are saying it's time to use different tools for the job. The Magician has mastery over all the suits in the tarot. He has the swords, cups, pentacles, and wands in front of him. Those are all the ace versions of those suits. So if you've been, anything you're trying to accomplish, if you've been using your swords, for example, in using your intellect, maybe it's time to use your emotions with the cups, or maybe it's time to follow your heart with the cups, or maybe it's time to be more creative with the wands, or whatever. So, I would be looking at how you are accomplishing things and coming up with the best way to accomplish things. Two of Wands, we have to leave a comfort zone, and usually we fall into patterns in life because, that's what happens. We figure something out that works, and there's nothing really wrong with that, with figuring out what works, but sometimes what works becomes a pattern, and if we're not evolving and growing, then we're not evolving and growing. So I feel this is saying it's time to evolve and grow. With the Six of Cups, you have the Five of Cups. Yeah, I do feel a lot of people could be fearing disappointment. The way I see it, I think we're all way too used to being disappointed. I mean, we've had Neptune and Pisces since 2012. We had, we've had Pluto in Capricorn for like 20 years. Obviously, this year, 2025, it had, moved into Aquarius to stay, and it hasn't gone back into Capricorn. But still, that's a very long period of time. 20 years is a long time. So we are used to these disappointments. The problem with Pluto and Capricorn is you go up, you go down. It's like you have a success. Maybe it feels like it gets taken away from you. So, it takes a while because Pluto is very slow moving. The other problem is, again, we've had Neptune and Pisces since like 2012. The problem with Neptune and Pisces is very dreamy. We can get very excited about these dreams that we have in life, and only to get disappointed when we can't accomplish it, or we feel like we can't accomplish it, right? So that is the energy that we're working on turning around. Like, I think we need to work on our dreams right now, and we need to prove to ourselves that we can accomplish them to move past this disappointment energy, and working on that will be very good. With the Empress, you have the Page of Cups. Page of Cups definitely could be love. Again, January is a pretty good month for love. So for those of you that are looking for it, definitely could be new love. If you already have it, it looks pretty good as well. So
absolutely not. I'm too busy for that.
Improving, you
but
could be making a deeper commitment.
It's not my,
with the Hierophant, because the Hierophant
it's one of those things that you don't.
Could be a Taurus.
You don't plan
into your life as well.
It just hits you.
Next, in the area of what's coming in for you, you have the self-care card. Yes, Empress, for sure. It says, if you want to live like royalty, start treating yourself like royalty. You have this Diplomat. It says, with your uncanny ability to form connections in human relationships, you serve as a bridge between worlds. How beautiful is that, Virgo?
Beautiful.
I definitely feel, I'm pretty sure I said to you in your last reading,
it's beautiful.
Something about needing to put yourself first. So it definitely seems like a time where taking care of yourself above all else will be the right thing for you, and that's what I would do with this self-care card. I think it will probably lead to the most improvements and successes. You have the Hermit, and the Eight of Cups. New perspectives. We are going to be getting billions of new perspectives over the years.
Billions.
We have Uranus going into Gemini. Uranus in Gemini is like, why do you believe that?
Why?
Why do you believe that this direction you're moving in is the best thing for your life? And then Uranus in Gemini is like, here's a million other ways that you could do everything that you're doing. Just is what it is. I think it's a good thing. Uranus loves Gemini. Uranus is a higher octave of Mercury. Mercury rules Gemini. So, I feel for those of us that are willing to innovate and explore these new directions in life, and you're going to get a lot of them over the next many years.
Okay, I went over the 3-hour mark.
Be very successful. And look at this.
That was my thing. Is I'm just going to work live for 3 hours, at least Monday through Friday, and on the weekends when I can. So, at least for 3 hours, I'm going to work live. So this is my first official work with me chat live thingy, and because I do so much and then I forget to write about it or I forget to vlog about it, and then the next thing it's like the next thing came up, so I just figured, you know what, I'm not doing anything with my YouTube channel, so let me do something with my YouTube channel. So I'll just stream live for a little bit and we'll see how this works out. But thank you to number one. This is my peace sign. I'm saying goodbye. I'm not saying that this is number one. I'm saying that, no, just kidding. There we go. So you guys have a lovely one. I appreciate you, appreciate you, appreciate you. I'm streaming on YouTube and I'm going to stream on Twitch, but I have other channels that I'm going to stream on too. This is just where I'm streaming right now. Today.